Idols of the Soul, and other lessons from Jesus. American Idol is done and gone, and this is mainly because of the ratings. So, what are some of the idols with high ratings today? The Sabbath School lesson this week looks at some story in Matthew chapter 18, 19, and one in chapter 20 as well.
And the lesson introduces the idea that the principle of God's kingdom are challenged very much by the surrounding environment and culture that we live in. So even though the word idol carries a strong religious implication, idolizing is a daily experience in this contemporary world where most people don't even consider themselves religious. So why do people have idols? Because idol is an attribute of the soul. Nobody is safe.
Let's not call it idol. Let's look at it as what is important for me. We need to have a driving force that motivates us. We don't want to just be passing by through our life. Being satisfied with average is not a virtue. We should want to be good in what we do. Striving for greatness is good. But this is where environment and culture hits in, because what is greatness? Is it worth doing whatever it takes in order to get it? The disciples were intrigued by this, and they came to Jesus with a question. Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?
And speaking of the principles of God's kingdom, it's hard to forget how much stress Jesus put on us being humbled like the children. Children are open to learn, they follow, they freely entrust, they easily submit their will to their mom and dad, and it's a blast for them. It's a default state of happiness. Where for us, adults, it's kind of the opposite. We lean more toward our will be done, or tuned on be always in control mode. Being responsible as adults sometimes progresses in us being the greatest in our own eyes. So, two different, completely opposite views and definitions of greatness.
Humility. For many, humility and greatness, they don't go together. They are opposites. But this is what Jesus made us point. Greatness is what we are inside. Career, success, are they selfish goals to boost our ego? Or are they the results of us doing our best and striving for excellence in everything that we do, including our families and our communities? Interacting with each other is a huge challenge. Who hasn't been disappointed by a fellow man? So Peter asks, how many times should I forgive my brother when he sins against me? Up to 7 times? There should be a limit, right?
God's kingdom on earth would not exist without forgiveness. And forgiveness carries the hope for the future. It's not something that you have to do, more likely something that you need to do. According to Jesus, there is no limit, there is no restriction when it comes to forgiveness. In fact, when talking to Peter, he's encouraging him to be generous in this department of people's relationships. He says, Peter, you should forgive 70 times 7. Countless times, Peter.
Perspective is so important. We try to protect ourselves, to not be hurt, to not be taken advantage of, so we try to put a limit. We want to do that. But Jesus encourages to look at it differently. Think about the other person. Don't be judgmental. Do your best to help. Give many second chances. Be involved. Do you really care? Okay, the questions for Jesus continue. This lesson is like a Q&A with him. A man came to Jesus and asked, what good things must I do to get eternal life?
And it is just in the third part of the lesson where the author introduces the unpleasant topic of idol. Did I just say unpleasant? Exactly this is how the rich ruler felt when he was asked by Jesus to go and sell all of his possessions. In his eyes, and in the eyes of the community, he was a perfect keeper of the commandments, and despite of that he was holding on to an idol in his heart. He was an excellent doer of things, but poor in submitting to the power of the gospel that was working within his heart.
In the culture of this man, things were clear. In order to receive something, you must do something. He wants eternal life. What should he do? Buy something, go somewhere. Give up. Give up everything. Shift your focus. Change the focus from yourself to the others. Learn to be dependent. It's a cultural shock. And the disciples are first like, wow, if it's so difficult for this guy, then who can be saved then? And then, wait a minute, okay, we actually did leave everything to follow Jesus. So, what is in it for us? Huh?
Advantages from following Jesus is that even justified. The lesson touches on that topic a little bit, and it's a very fresh approach, by my opinion. But after all, Peter left everything unlike the rich ruler. And he asked the questions, what's in it for me? Jesus' answer is, promise is a promise. It's only fair, according to Jesus, to receive what's been promised to us. And the parable that he tells about the workers and the wages in Matthew chapter 19, he concludes with a small wisdom thought. Always focus on your relationship with Christ and what he promises to you.
It has to make sense. We have not engaged in this adventure to follow Jesus because we were told to do it, or because it's a hobby, or because it's fun. It's because we believe that this world is not our home anymore. We have embraced higher values, and we believe that our full potential can only be developed alongside our Creator. Satan has been defeated. Jesus paid our debt, and he wants us to live with him, to live with no fear, to live eternally, to have fun, to have joy and happiness. It's not bad to want the best. The question is to define this best and to make the choice.
And we find another example in the book of Matthew chapter 20, verse 20 to 27, in which somebody else comes to Jesus and looks for their reward. In this case, it's James and John. Their desire to be on the left and on the right side of Jesus was so strong that in their mind there was nothing impossible for them. We are able. Whatever it is, Jesus, you ask, we are able. Later on, they will be shocked and they will be surprised by the events that unfold, the suffering and the sacrifice they're going to witness. Events that will wipe out the fogginess of their miscalculations of their ability to be worthy of what they were asking from Jesus.
You have no idea what you are asking for, Jesus told them. But while asking and searching, we will find. May we continue learning from Jesus.